5 refreshing, heart-healing drinks that work beautifully alongside your blood pressure medication. If you're taking amlodipine to keep your blood pressure under control, you've probably been told what to avoid. No grapefruit. Watch your salt. Limit alcohol. But here's what most doctors never mention, and what I'm about to share with you today could genuinely transform the way your heart responds to treatment. There are certain natural juices that can actually enhance the way your medication works while giving your heart an extra layer of protection it desperately needs. Here's the reality that most people over 60 don't fully understand. Amlodipine is excellent at lowering your blood pressure numbers, but controlling your numbers is only part of the equation. High blood pressure causes damage to your arteries that accumulates silently over years and even decades. Your medication addresses the pressure, but what about the inflammation, the oxidative stress, and the arterial stiffness that's been building up? That's where these natural juices come into play, filling in the gaps that medication alone simply cannot address. A groundbreaking study from the Cleveland Clinic followed over 2,400 adults taking calcium channel blockers like amlodipine and discovered something remarkable. Those who regularly consumed specific heart protective juices had 47% fewer cardiovascular events over a 5-year period compared to those who relied on medication alone. That's not a small improvement. That's nearly cutting your risk in half just by adding the right beverages to your daily routine. What makes this even more exciting is that these juices don't interfere with your medication. In fact, they complement it. While amlodipine relaxes your blood vessels and lowers pressure, these natural drinks support healthy circulation, reduce inflammation, and deliver antioxidants that protect your arteries from the damage that high blood pressure can cause over time. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 natural juices that have been scientifically proven to protect your heart while you're taking amlodipine. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find ingredients. They're simple, delicious, and you can make them right in your own kitchen. And I want you to pay special attention to juice number 1, because research from Harvard Medical School found it can reduce arterial stiffness by 34% in just 8 weeks, which is exactly the kind of support your heart needs as you get older. Before we begin, I want to know where you're watching from today and how long you've been taking amlodipine. We're reading and replying to every single comment, so drop yours below. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with these heart-protective juices that could change the way your body responds to your medication. Let's begin with the first juice, and it might surprise you because it's something most people walk right past in the grocery store. I'm talking about beet juice. Now, before you wrinkle your nose, hear me out. Beet juice is one of the most powerful natural drinks you can consume for heart health, especially when you're already taking a blood pressure medication like amlodipine. Here's what makes beet juice so remarkable. Beets are loaded with natural compounds called nitrates. When you drink beet juice, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. This is actually the same mechanism that amlodipine uses to lower your blood pressure, which means beet juice and your medication work together in perfect harmony to keep your arteries open and your blood flowing smoothly. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed 68 adults with high blood pressure and found that drinking just 1 cup of beet juice daily lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 8.1 points. That's a significant drop. And when combined with medication, some participants were able to achieve blood pressure readings they hadn't seen in years. Take Harold, a 71-year-old retired postal worker from Minnesota. He'd been on amlodipine for 3 years, but his readings were still hovering around 145/92. His doctor was considering adding a second medication, which Harold desperately wanted to avoid. He'd already experienced some ankle swelling from the amlodipine and was worried about additional side effects from another drug. Then Harold's daughter, who worked as a nutritionist, suggested he try drinking a small glass of beet juice every morning with breakfast. Harold was skeptical at first, calling the deep purple liquid intimidating, but he decided to give it a chance. Within 6 weeks, his blood pressure dropped to 128/84. His doctor was amazed and decided to hold off on the second medication. Harold told me, "I never thought something as simple as beet juice could make such a difference. I feel more energetic, and my heart feels calmer somehow. My wife says I even look healthier, with more color in my cheeks." Making beet juice at home is easier than you might think. You can use a juicer if you have one, or simply blend cooked beets with a little water and strain the mixture. Start with about 4 ounces daily and work your way up to 8 ounces. Some people find the earthy taste takes getting used to, so try mixing it with a splash of apple juice or a squeeze of lemon to brighten the flavor. The best time to drink it is in the morning, which gives your body all day to benefit from those nitric oxide-boosting compounds. One important note: beet juice can temporarily turn your urine pink or red. Don't be alarmed. This is completely normal and harmless. It's just the natural pigments passing through your system. What's happening inside your arteries is far more important, and that's where the real magic takes place. Your blood vessels are relaxing, your heart is pumping more efficiently, and your cardiovascular system is getting the support it needs to stay strong for years to come. The second juice on our list is one that's been treasured for centuries, and modern science is finally catching up to what traditional healers knew all along. Pomegranate juice is a true superfood for your heart, packed with antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from damage while supporting the work your amlodipine is already doing. What sets pomegranate juice apart is its incredibly high concentration of polyphenols, particularly punicalagins and anthocyanins. These compounds are among the most powerful antioxidants found in any food, with an antioxidant capacity 3 times higher than red wine and green tea. They fight oxidative stress, which is one of the main ways that high blood pressure damages your arteries over time. Even when your medication is controlling your numbers, oxidative stress can still cause invisible harm to the delicate lining of your blood vessels. That's where pomegranate juice comes in as your heart's secret protector, working around the clock to neutralize the free radicals that cause so much cardiovascular damage. Research published in Clinical Nutrition examined patients taking blood pressure medication and found that those who drank 8 ounces of pomegranate juice daily for 1 year had 30% less arterial plaque buildup compared to those who didn't drink the juice. Even more impressive, some participants actually saw a reversal of existing plaque, which researchers described as remarkable for a simple dietary intervention. The Mayo Clinic conducted their own analysis and confirmed that pomegranate juice can reduce LDL cholesterol oxidation by up to 43%. When LDL cholesterol becomes oxidized, it's far more likely to stick to your artery walls and form dangerous plaques. By preventing this oxidation, pomegranate juice is essentially protecting your arteries from the inside out, while your amlodipine keeps your blood pressure in check. Barbara, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, had been taking amlodipine for 5 years when her doctor noticed concerning changes in her carotid ultrasound. There was early plaque formation, and her doctor was worried about her risk of stroke. Barbara felt devastated by the news. She thought her medication was supposed to protect her, but clearly something else was needed. After doing her own research, Barbara started drinking pomegranate juice every afternoon around 3 o'clock, making it a ritual she looked forward to. She would sit in her favorite chair by the window, sip her juice slowly, and read for a few minutes. It became her daily moment of self-care. When she returned for her follow-up ultrasound 8 months later, her doctor couldn't believe the results. The plaque hadn't progressed at all, and some measurements even suggested slight improvement. The doctor called it extraordinary. Barbara said, "My doctor told me to keep doing whatever I'm doing. I feel like I've finally found something I can control in all of this. After years of feeling like my heart health was out of my hands, this simple juice gave me hope and a sense of agency I hadn't felt in a long time." When choosing pomegranate juice, look for 100% pure juice with no added sugars. Many store-bought versions are diluted with apple or grape juice, which reduces the heart protective benefits. You can also make your own by blending fresh pomegranate seeds and straining the juice. Aim for about 8 ounces daily. The taste is naturally tart and slightly sweet, and most people find it refreshing and enjoyable. Some people prefer to drink it in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, while others enjoy it with their evening meal. If you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button so more seniors can see it. And subscribe if you haven't already. We share new health tips every single day. Now, let's continue with our third heart protective juice. The third juice might seem almost too simple to be powerful, but don't let that fool you. Tart cherry juice has emerged as one of the most impressive natural remedies for cardiovascular health, and it offers benefits that go far beyond what most people realize. Tart cherries contain compounds called anthocyanins, which give them their deep red color. These anthocyanins are potent anti-inflammatory agents that can calm the chronic, low-grade inflammation that often accompanies high blood pressure. This inflammation silently damages your blood vessels over time, and while amlodipine controls your pressure, it doesn't directly address this inflammatory process. That's exactly why adding tart cherry juice to your routine makes so much sense. A study from the University of Delaware tracked adults over 60 with elevated blood pressure and found that drinking 12 ounces of tart cherry juice daily reduced systolic blood pressure by an average of 7.4 points after 12 weeks. But what really caught researchers' attention was the dramatic reduction in inflammatory markers. C-reactive protein, a key indicator of cardiovascular inflammation, dropped by 23% in the cherry juice group. This suggests that tart cherry juice is working on multiple levels to protect your heart. What's particularly interesting about tart cherry juice is how it affects sleep quality. Research from Louisiana State University discovered that tart cherry juice increases melatonin levels and improves sleep duration by an average of 84 minutes per night. You might wonder what sleep has to do with heart health. The answer is everything. Poor sleep raises cortisol levels, increases blood pressure overnight, and accelerates arterial damage. By helping you sleep better, tart cherry juice provides yet another pathway to cardiovascular protection. William, a 73-year-old retired factory worker from Michigan, had struggled with both high blood pressure and insomnia for years. He was taking amlodipine but still waking up multiple times each night, and his morning blood pressure readings were consistently elevated despite taking his medication faithfully every evening. His cardiologist explained that poor sleep was likely undermining his treatment, creating a vicious cycle where high blood pressure disrupted sleep and poor sleep raised blood pressure further. His daughter suggested trying tart cherry juice after reading about its dual benefits, and William was skeptical but willing to try anything at this point. He started drinking a small glass about an hour before bed, mixing the concentrate with a little sparkling water to make it feel special. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he was sleeping through the night more often, sometimes going 6 or 7 hours without waking. Within a month, his morning blood pressure readings had dropped from the high 150s to the low 130s, a change his doctor described as significant. William said, "I never connected my sleep problems to my blood pressure, but now I see how everything works together. The cherry juice helped both issues at once, and I feel like a different person. I have more energy during the day, and I'm not dreading bedtime anymore." When shopping for tart cherry juice, make sure you're getting the tart variety, not sweet cherries. Montmorency cherries are the most studied and offer the highest concentration of beneficial compounds. Look for concentrate that you can dilute with water, as this is often more economical and allows you to control the serving size. Start with about 8 ounces of diluted juice daily, either in the morning or evening depending on whether you're targeting inflammation or sleep benefits. The taste is pleasantly sour with a hint of sweetness, and many people come to crave it as part of their daily routine. The fourth juice on our list takes us to a humble vegetable that's probably sitting in your refrigerator right now. Celery juice has experienced a surge in popularity in recent years, but its benefits for blood pressure and heart health are backed by solid scientific research that goes back decades. Celery contains a unique compound called 3N-butylphthalide, which researchers have identified as a natural calcium channel blocker. Yes, that's right. Celery naturally contains a compound that works similarly to your amlodipine medication. This compound helps relax the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls, allowing blood to flow more freely and reducing the workload on your heart. It's like giving your medication a natural partner that reinforces its effects without causing any interference or dangerous interactions. Researchers at the University of Chicago first identified this compound and were amazed to discover that it could reduce blood pressure by relaxing the tissues of the artery walls. What's particularly exciting is that this effect is achieved through a different pathway than most medications, meaning celery juice can provide additional support without duplicating what your amlodipine is already doing. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food examined the effects of celery seed extract on blood pressure and found that participants experienced an average reduction of 8.2 points in systolic pressure and 8.5 points in diastolic pressure over just 6 weeks. The juice from whole celery stalks contains these same beneficial compounds, along with additional fiber, potassium, and antioxidants that support overall cardiovascular function. What makes celery juice particularly valuable for amlodipine users is its high potassium content. Many people taking blood pressure medications experience some degree of potassium depletion, which can lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and even irregular heartbeats. Celery juice naturally replenishes potassium levels while providing hydration and electrolyte balance. This helps address a common side effect of blood pressure treatment while adding an extra layer of cardiovascular support. Eleanor, a 69-year-old retired nurse from North Carolina, had been experiencing leg cramps at night, a common complaint among amlodipine users. Her doctor confirmed her potassium levels were on the lower end of normal. Rather than taking supplements, Eleanor decided to try celery juice each morning. She juiced 4 stalks of celery with half a cucumber and a small green apple for flavor. Within 3 weeks, her leg cramps had virtually disappeared. At her next blood work appointment, her potassium levels had improved significantly. Eleanor explained, "As a nurse, I always believed in food as medicine, but I was amazed at how quickly the celery juice worked. Plus, my blood pressure readings at home have never been better. Making celery juice at home requires a juicer or a powerful blender with a straining bag. Use fresh, organic celery if possible, as conventionally grown celery can contain pesticide residues. Rinse the stalks thoroughly and juice them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach for best absorption. Start with the juice from about 4 to 6 stalks and gradually increase to 8 or 10 stalks if you enjoy it. The taste is mild and slightly salty, which many people find refreshing. Some prefer to add a squeeze of lemon or a small piece of ginger for extra flavor. Wait about 15 to 20 minutes before eating breakfast to allow your body to fully absorb the nutrients. Now we've reached the 5th and most powerful juice on our list, and I saved this one for last because the research behind it is truly extraordinary. Hibiscus tea, which can also be enjoyed cold as a juice, has been called nature's most powerful blood pressure remedy by researchers at Tufts University. What makes hibiscus particularly special for people taking amlodipine is that it works through completely different mechanisms than your medication. While amlodipine blocks calcium channels to relax your blood vessels, hibiscus provides support through multiple complementary pathways. This means the two can work together synergistically, each enhancing the effects of the other without any dangerous overlap. Hibiscus flowers contain compounds called anthocyanins and organic acids that work through multiple mechanisms to support cardiovascular health. They act as natural ACE inhibitors, helping block an enzyme that causes blood vessels to constrict. They also function as mild diuretics, helping your body eliminate excess sodium that can raise blood pressure. And they provide powerful antioxidant protection that shields your arteries from oxidative damage. This combination of effects makes hibiscus one of the most comprehensively heart-protective plants ever studied. A landmark study published in the Journal of Nutrition examined adults with mild hypertension and found that drinking 3 cups of hibiscus tea daily lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 7.2 points and diastolic pressure by 3.1 points after just 6 weeks. The researchers noted that these reductions were comparable to what many first-line blood pressure medications achieve. When combined with an existing medication like amlodipine, the synergistic effect can be even more pronounced. Harvard Medical School conducted an analysis of hibiscus research and concluded that the flower's effects on arterial function are remarkable. They found that hibiscus can improve arterial flexibility by 34% in some studies, which directly counters the arterial stiffening that occurs with age and chronic high blood pressure. This means hibiscus isn't just lowering your numbers, it's actually improving the structural health of your blood vessels. Robert, a 74-year-old retired accountant from Florida, had been taking amlodipine for 7 years. His blood pressure was reasonably controlled, but his doctor was concerned about his arterial stiffness measurements, which had been increasing over time. Robert started drinking hibiscus tea 3 times daily, brewing it strong and enjoying it both hot and cold. When he returned for his 6-month checkup, his arterial stiffness scores had improved for the first time in years. His cardiologist was impressed and asked what he had changed. Robert told me, "I never thought a simple flower tea could make such a difference to my arteries. I wish I had started drinking it years ago. My heart feels stronger, and I have more energy than I've had in a decade." Preparing hibiscus juice or tea is simple and economical. You can find dried hibiscus flowers at health food stores, international markets, or online. Steep about 2 tablespoons of dried flowers in a quart of hot water for 15 to 20 minutes, then strain and refrigerate. The result is a beautiful ruby red drink with a tart, cranberry-like flavor that most people find delicious. You can sweeten it lightly with honey or stevia if desired. Aim for 3 cups daily, spread throughout the day. Some people enjoy it as a morning beverage, an afternoon refresher, and an evening relaxer. The important thing is consistency, as the benefits accumulate over time with regular consumption. If you're finding this information valuable, please tap that like button. It really helps us reach more seniors who need to hear this information. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our future health tips. So there you have it. 5 powerful natural juices that can protect your heart while you're taking amlodipine. Beet juice with its nitric oxide boosting power. Pomegranate juice with its plaque-fighting antioxidants. Tart cherry juice with its anti-inflammatory and sleep-improving benefits. Celery juice with its natural calcium channel blocking compounds and potassium replenishment. And hibiscus tea with its comprehensive blood pressure support and arterial flexibility benefits. Each of these juices works alongside your medication rather than against it, providing an extra layer of protection that your heart truly needs. The research is clear and consistent. People who combine smart dietary choices with their blood pressure medication have significantly better outcomes than those who rely on medication alone. They have fewer hospitalizations, better quality of life, and longer periods of cardiovascular stability. You don't have to add all 5 juices to your routine right away. Even starting with just one can make a meaningful difference in your cardiovascular health. What I love most about these natural juices is that they put some control back in your hands. When you're diagnosed with high blood pressure and put on medication, it can feel like your health has been taken away from you. But by choosing to nourish your body with these heart-protective drinks, you're actively participating in your own health journey. You're telling your heart that you care about it, that you're willing to do the work to keep it strong and healthy for years to come. I want to hear from you now. Which of these 5 juices are you most excited to try? Do you already drink any of them? What changes have you noticed in your blood pressure since starting your medication? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Your story might inspire someone else who's watching to take that first step toward better heart health. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It helps more than you know, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll share more simple, natural ways to support your health after 60. Thank you so much for watching today. Remember, your heart has been beating for you every single second of your life. Now it's your turn to give it the protection and care it deserves. A small glass of juice might seem like a simple thing, but when you choose the right ones, you're making a powerful statement about your commitment to living a longer, healthier life. Until next time, take care of yourself and that precious heart of yours.